سلام 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 Peaceful, 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 peace. Peaceful, peaceful, peaceful.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, very well.
All right. Thank you for being with us today on the Deen Show.
It's a pleasure of mine.
So, here on the Deen Show, we like to just get straight to it.
Gotcha.
All right. So, I'm going to start asking you some questions that I'm sure the common folk want to know. You come from, I see, Irish descent?
Yes, sir.
That's
Irish and German.
Irish and German.
Yes.
Is there a lot of Muslims in Ireland?
To be honest with you, it's growing.
It's growing?
It's a very rapid growing religion in Ireland, more than you would expect.
But what's the predominant?
Roman Catholic.
Roman Catholic.
Right.
So you grew up a Roman Catholic?
I was exactly born and raised Roman Catholic.
Okay, so how'd you end up over here as a Muslim?
Well, as a Muslim, as a child, I really didn't understand what it meant to understand who God was. It was almost like a fairy tale, really. You would watch a cartoon, or you would think of what your parents would teach you, what the church is trying to portray against you, and all you're thinking all along the lines is, who is this invisible deity? What is it to be God? You would see this image on a cross, a dead person on a cross. How, as a child, is this my God? Is this what they're preaching to me? But at the same time, when I look into fairy tale cartoons, it's God with a big white robe, a big white beard, hanging his head over the clouds of the sky. So I was a bit confused. So this is where I misunderstood what it was. Seriously, to be not only Roman Catholic, because to be honest with you, I wanted to become a priest, and my father wanted to become a minister. But how would you become a minister or a priest if you're not understanding what it is, the message that you're trying to preach to other people? That's where the stop was for me. I didn't understand, so that's where the road began.
Okay, so how did you finally step over into Islam?
To be, it's funny and it may sound a little taboo, but the one thing that drew me closeness to Islam was the women. The Muslim women. I'm not talking about Arab women, I'm talking about the Muslim women who wore the hijab, the head scarf. To me, I had an immediate attraction to them. I fell in love with that image. Like, wow, this is amazing. These beautiful women are covering themselves up. Why are they doing this? They have so much pride and so much love and respect for their religion. They're not hiding in a monastery like a nun. What they're doing is they are portraying their religion openly and publicly without any shame. I fell in love with that. And that, believe me, it sounds a little taboo, but that's where my road began with the women.
We're going to help clear up, because that's one of the goals of the Deen Show, is to help clear up some of these misconceptions. One, by starting off, when you see two, you were born in Ireland, or?
No.
Okay, so you're
Chicago.
Irish American.
Yes, sir.
So same thing here. I'm American, born in America. So when you see two Americans who are actually Muslim, because as soon as you think Muslim, you think big beard, and you think an Arab or something. So that's the first misconception that we're clearing. Muslim can be from China, from Ireland, from Bosnia, from England. All right.
That is correct, and we know by statistics, this is not a hidden factor, less than 15% of all Muslims are of Arab origin.
Yes.
That's a minority. The majority are Asian, and the more African or black, so to speak, Muslims than there are Arab. So we have this misconception. But why do we have this misconception? The reason why we have this misconception is because we don't understand the purpose of our existence.
Exactly.
All we understand is what we are portraying ourselves to be, and what we are portraying what the idea of what God is supposed to have. This is where it falters. This is where the lens, the microscope lens, falls on a group of individuals opposed to the entire body.
Yes. So that's one of the misconceptions. Another thing, you mentioned the Islamic covering, where a woman, instead of just flaunting herself for everyone to see,
right?
All right, where it's more, the pop culture, just let it all hang,
right.
Where you were actually impressed by the Muslim women who are actually preserving their beauty
Correct.
For their husbands.
Right. If you have to give you an example, if you have a jewel,
yes,
what would you do with that jewel? Would you show it off to total strangers? Would you put it out in public and just let anybody hold and touch that? Eventually what you're going to do is you're going to get fingerprints on it. Somebody's going to drop it. It's going to get damaged.
Yeah.
And the value of it is going to depreciate. You're not going to have the total value of that jewel simply because you did not mask it, you did not protect it.
Yes.
That's women. Women are, when we understand what Islam is and how it was revealed, if we really understand when the Prophet Muhammad when he received the first revelation from the angel Gabriel, he ran straight to his home. Who did he run to? He ran to a woman.
Yes.
He ran into the lap of a woman and he cried in the lap of a woman. Why? Because inside the lap of a woman is comfort, it's nurture. And when Muhammad had died, when he on his deathbed, he didn't die with a sword in his hand. He didn't die. He died in the lap of a woman.
Yeah.
So Islam started by a woman and it ended by a woman. Women have such a great role in this religion that are completely misunderstood, that by their beauty itself, there's nurture, there's comfort. Even in the word womb, it comes from protection, nurture. And that's exactly what we seek in the religion of Islam, nurture and comfort, nothing else.
For those of you just turning on, we have author and publisher J.R. Farrell. We're going to be talking about his road to Islam, getting you familiar with how he lived before, and that's what we're going to get into now. You were actually born here in Chicago?
The south side of Chicago.
But your family's from Ireland?
Second or third generation descendants. I do have some from Sicily.
Yeah.
So
Italian, you got Italian
right.
and Irish.
Yes.
Okay.
My father's actually, my father is German and Irish, and my mother is Polish and Italian.
Yeah.
So we have this European type of East meets West type of.
Don't have me remind me to ask you what your parents did when they found out you're Muslim. Did they bring out the one
Okay.
brought out the gun? But we'll get to that later. All right. But the thing is now that real quick, we mentioned Muslim and Islam. Islam simply means surrender and submission to the creator of the heavens and the earth. And a Muslim is the one who does Islam, the action of surrendering one's will to the will of the creator. Okay? So I wanted to define that for them real quick, just not to confuse anybody. Now tell me, JR. It's called JR?
JR is cool.
Okay, JR. Tell us now, what were some of your beliefs before you came to Islam?
Well, what we understand in Christianity and in Catholicism, there is a code of ethics, better known as the easy God syndrome. The easy God syndrome is simply, I can do whatever I want, I could go and live my life any way I want, but I have to understand and believe that Jesus had died for my sins, and by accepting Him as an atonement for my sins, I am completely free from any guilt, from any punishment, for anything that I have done. If I were to take something from you, steal from you, should I go to my neighbor and say, hey Mike, I stole this wallet from Eddie. Please forgive me, Mike. And Mike will say, you're forgiven. Does that make any sense at all?
Not at all.
It didn't make any sense to me either.
Yeah.
And Mike will say, you know what? All you have to do is say a few little prayers and you're good to go. I'm like, oh cool, I got a whole wallet. Eddie's out. I'm good. That doesn't make any sense to me. But that's not the foundation of where people go wrong. Because I don't want to bash on Christianity, nor do I want to bash on Catholicism, because there are great morals, there are great respects, there are great foundations of what it is to be a good person in these religions. What I want to differentiate is between what it is